Hey guys, welcome to this week's episode of the Movie Hero Show. I'm Mike Messina.
I'm Andy Comer.
And I'm Diego Crespo.
So this week I cried right after I bought an issue of Vanity Fair magazine
Why did you do that? Why would you do
because
that?
as you know, this month's issue of Vanity Fair was the Force Awakens issue,
Oh yeah,
and
okay, that makes more
Yeah,
sense now.
yeah.
yeah, and obviously last week, we talked about, everything that was in the Vanity Fair issue because it came online first. And but I actually cried just looking at it and holding it in my hands, and like Star Wars is back, and it just, oh, all the emotions, man.
Awesome.
So this week we're going to be focusing on post-apocalyptic movies, and that is in honor of Mad Max Fury Road, which is coming out. And so we're just gonna be talking about some of our favorites. We asked people on Twitter to tell us, what their favorite post-apocalyptic movies are. There's so many. There's quite a few really great ones, and it's gonna be fun to talk about.
One thing that I think we should specify is that we are not doing zombie ones.
Yeah,
Right.
I was about to bring that up.
Diego wanted to be difficult and said, you know what? I know we're doing this, but we should do non-zombies. And then Andy was like, oh yeah, it's a good idea. It'll
I like that idea. There's way too.
Heart and focus more. And I'm like, nah.
Yeah, man, because that we could do another one just on zombie movies, because that's a lot.
Actually, I had Shaun of the Dead on my list, and then I remembered no zombies, and then I said, ah.
Well, I mean, then that actually brings up an interesting question for me, because people have always said whether or not, or I've always argued whether or not if the zombies in 28 Days Later count as zombies. So, what do you guys think about that? I think yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why it's not going to be on my list.
I
Yeah,
definitely
definitely.
think so. 100%, I think so.
Yeah, totally.
So it's unanimous. We have confirmed it here
Yeah.
on the Movie Hero Show.
Scientifically proven. And then I did ask people on Twitter, and then everyone was like unanimously, yeah, that's ridiculous. Of course they're zombies, because they eat people. And,
Duh, Diego. Come on,
Yeah.
man.
well, I always knew. I just wanted to hear other people's opinions. I want it scientifically proven that they are zombies. And it's not scientifically proven, but we prove it.
Yeah,
So.
we proved it.
Yeah.
So
Welcome.
yeah, as always, we're gonna do our news rundown and talk about some big stuff that dropped over the last week, and we're also gonna do sell a movie, and then we'll get into our favorite post-apocalyptic movies, and yeah, so let's get started on the news. First, we're gonna talk about the Civil War cast and synopsis announcement. Everyone was announced that's in the movie besides Spider-Man. I mean, we know Spider-Man's in the movie, but I don't know. I actually thought that there would have been a great time to announce who Spidey was being, or who is playing Spidey, but they're probably still in negotiations or whatever, so they couldn't actually put it out there. But yeah, so we got obviously all of the big people. If Chris Evans, we have Robert Downey Jr., Scarlett Johansson, Elizabeth Olsen, Jeremy Renner, Anthony Mackie, Chadwick Boseman. A surprise kind of was Paul Rudd's going to be in it. Ant-Man is going to be in the movie. Wasn't expecting that. Let's see who else is in it. We have Emily Van Camp's going to be returning as Sharon Carter. Am I missing any? I should have had the list here ready with me with who was in the movie, but
The guy playing Baron Zemo.
oh yeah. Daniel Bruhl is in it, and I'm gonna bring it up really quick.
Yeah.
And yeah, here it is. And okay, so
Damn it, Michael. Why
yeah.
did you have this ready?
I had it ready in my mind.
That's not how it works. Why
Okay,
would that
here we go.
be
Here we go.
acceptable?
Here we go. Here it is. Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr., Scarlett Johansson, Jeremy Renner, Anthony Mackie, Paul Rudd, Elizabeth Olsen, Chadwick Boseman, Don Cheadle, Sebastian Stan, Paul Bettany, William Hurt, Emily Van Camp, Frank Grillo, Daniel Bruhl, and Martin Freeman. And we know all of the roles that they're going to be playing besides Martin Freeman. There's been rumors that he might be
Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, he's definitely.
Martin Freeman is
No,
Spider-Man.
there's rumors actually a Spider-Man character, Norman Osborn.
Okay.
And that would be really cool.
I
But
actually would like to see him as Doctor Octopus, but
that would be cool too.
because we
That'd
all
be
know
nice.
Norman Osborn should be played by Nicolas Cage.
Oh my.
I'm not kidding
Whoa,
about that. I actually
that'd be
think he'd
really
be great.
cool. And I think under Marvel, they would be able to channel him into actually totally killing it in that role.
Yeah, probably.
Um, and obviously we might see Carol Danvers in this movie. In fact, I feel like this is the introduction movie for Carol Danvers. At least it's.
I think no way.
No way. Not at all.
Well, I think we'll get her at least in the post-credit scene.
No, we got enough going on.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Let's not.
Because they're introducing the, at least in costume, Black Panther, and that's gonna be enough. Plus Spider-Man.
And Spider-Man, yeah. And Baron Zemo and Martin Freeman, whoever he's playing. I don't know, man. I just think it would be where would we get her introduced?
In her movie.
Her movie or Doctor Strange, Guardian.
I don't know. They have the writer. Well, that doesn't matter. I was gonna say that we have the writers work on her movie already, but it doesn't.
They're Marvel's regular in-house writers. So.
Yeah, I know. It's just I don't know. I feel like they're gonna want to put her in something first.
Oh, I'm sure they want to. I just think this one's already jam-packed enough.
Like Joss Whedon wanted her for Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
Well, he also
And
wanted.
they didn't get that deal, or no, there was a Spider-Man deal. They didn't get done before that. He wanted Spider-Man and Captain Marvel in Age of Ultron, but he had already got.
He also
had his
wanted
movie in
Ant-Man
place.
and Wasp in the first Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, did he want Ant-Man or was it just Wasp?
I think
I thought it was both.
he wanted both, but they only allowed him Wasp, which I mean says a lot about how badly Marvel has secretly wanted to put Wasp in a movie, which is great because we need more female superheroes.
Oh man, I can't wait to see Wasp. Do you think she'll dress up? She'll actually become Wasp in Ant-Man?
No.
No.
No, I don't.
She's not close enough yet.
Man. And then, so yeah, I'll read out the official synopsis, and it's, here we go. Captain America Civil War picks up where Avengers Age of Ultron left off, as Steve Rogers leads the new team of Avengers in their continued efforts to safeguard humanity after another international incident involving the Avengers results in collateral damage. Political pressure mounts to install a system of accountability and a governing body to determine when to enlist the services of the team. The new status quo fractures the Avengers while they try to protect the world from a new and nefarious villain.
Yeah. One thing that I really want to point out is a lot of people, or I saw a bunch of people saying, well, why isn't Thor? Why isn't Hulk? Blah blah. Well, we know how Hulk is wherever. We don't know where he's at. But
Right.
like, I think people forgot that they also said Ragnarok happens directly after Age of Ultron as well. So he's going to be dealing with Ragnarok while they're dealing with this.
Which is interesting because up until now, everything has kind of gone, directly after the other movies in the timeline. There's never been something where they've gone back, besides, I guess, Captain America, the First Avenger, but that was really necessary.
Yeah.
By the end of the movie, they had caught up to where they were.
Yeah, definitely. What surprised me most about the cast is William Hurt.
Yeah,
I thought that they would
returning.
not-
So happy.
I'm really happy about it too. I thought he did a great job in The Incredible Hulk, but I'm surprised that they're bringing back anybody from that cast. But I guess if they're bringing anybody back, he's the best one.
Yeah.
I mean, it also kind of shifts my perspective of the or not even technically post-credit scene for The Incredible Hulk, because it came out like the end of the movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a weird way to. Anyways, I never liked that. But that movie that scene could take place after Age of Ultron. It doesn't, but now you can just recontextualize it as like
Right.
Tony Stark being like, I'm putting together a team, and now it's.
I mean,
It's
and
got
he's
a whole
obviously
different-
and he's obviously on Tony's side. In
Yeah,
this
I've
movie.
never even considered that. That's a good idea, actually.
Really quick, like who do you think's on Steve's side and who's on Tony's side? Do you think?
Obviously, War Machine is on Tony's, and Black Widow and Falcon are in Cap's. Beyond that, I have no idea.
Right. I think obviously Scarlet Witch is on Cap's.
I don't know if that's guaranteed.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, are you?
Yeah, it's gotta be.
But what,
She has to be after
Then
Age
that
of
means
Ultron. She
Vision's on
hates
his
Tony
side.
Stark.
that means Vision's on his side then too, because I think those two will be matched up by then.
No,
No,
well that doesn't.
I'll break it down for you right
that
now.
could create a really cool, subplot. Like that,
Yeah.
them like Go ahead, Diego.
Yeah,
All
go
right,
ahead,
okay.
Diego.
Yeah. Falcon, Black Widow, Vision, and Scarlet Witch will be on Cap's team. Tony will have Spider-Man,
I don't know.
War
Go
Machine,
ahead.
Ant-Man. Ant-Man's got to be on his side. I mean, you got to even out the plate
Mm,
somehow. See who else.
but why? I mean, we don't really know. I don't know. Yeah.
I bet he would get recruited in the post-credit scene for
Yeah,
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man's gonna be on Tony's team for sure.
Yeah.
But
Let's see who
He
else
could
is there.
switch.
Black
He could
Panther.
Hawkeye.
switch.
I think Hawkeye is going to be on Tony's team.
I feel like they'll all switch on him at the end, though. You know what I mean?
Which team do you think Black Panther's on?
I don't think
Oh,
so.
definitely.
Okay.
Like, you
Like if
guys are fucking up my home country.
you know what?
Get
But
the
if
fuck out, you know?
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
know.
Yeah.
But like if he had to choose, I definitely think it would be Cap, just because he
Yeah.
has
I
more
don't think he
common with
wants
him.
to. I think
But
he's
you're
just
right.
like,
You're right. You bring up a
yeah.
really good point. And also at the Marvel event, he was kind of like in between them, almost hinting at the fact that he's not going to choose. You know.
And he said in the thing, in the press conference, where he was like, you know, he's his own guy. He
Yeah.
doesn't
And
choose sides.
you know, if they don't go the actual Civil War comic route, then
Hopefully they won't.
like then Black Panther could be the guy to like bring an end to it and say, hey, you guys, you used to be part of a team. You guys used to be friends. You guys need to get this together. And then Black Panther becomes a part of the Avengers at the end, and once he brings them together and everything. I don't know, it could be something like that. But I don't know. And you think, real quick, you think Spider-Man's going to actually be on a team? I was just thinking he was going to be in it.
No, I said that in the moment because I think you need to even out the numbers for Tony's team.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll be like that. I think he got like
Spidey would be like with
minor
Cap,
supporting
though,
role.
wouldn't he? If he had to choose.
We don't know the context of the movie.
We
and
don't.
My
We're
brain
just
context is putting
yeah,
him with Tony
just
Stark. I
pure
don't
speculation.
think he's going to be like blind to what's going wrong, and then
Right.
I think he'll like switch around.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I think that's enough for Civil War. We're gonna be talking about it all year, no doubt.
Yeah.
Next up, the title of Kevin Smith's next movie, next movie after Yoga Hosers, I think. I'm pretty sure. Or
Because they started filming.
yeah.
Yoga Hosers is filming.
It is going to be Mallrats 2, and it is titled Mallbrats. And what I think that's hinting at is they're going to be working in the mall, and they're dealing with brats in the mall. I don't know.
I think the title's stupid.
I kind of like it.
I like the first one a lot, and if
I love it. It's
I don't
arguably
like-
my favorite Kevin Smith movie.
if that's
You
the way
just need to
that
stop.
they're going, then if that's what they're going with the story, then I'm not gonna be too enthusiastic.
I don't know. I have to see the trailer to actually
Yeah,
form some
definitely.
type of opinion. But
Obviously,
I'm looking
yeah,
forward to
yeah.
it right now.
It- He hasn't made anything that stands out since Clerks 2 to me, so that's
Yeah,
that's 9 years ago.
And I love Clerks too.
Yeah, that's 9 years ago. So
I like parts of Clerks too.
What's your favorite Kevin Smith movie?
Dogma.
Yeah.
Dogma or the
Dogma's
first
the
Clerks.
best.
Because
Dogma's the best.
I think it's his Dogma's his actual movie. Clerks is like everything's kind of lazy, but it's kind of endearing because we didn't know that he was an actual lazy filmmaker at the time, and so now it's just like, oh.
But was he really
Lazy
lazy
eye.
back then? Because he like literally that was a like he had to sell his comics to even make the movie. Like he probably did all that he could for it.
Yeah, I mean it's a different type of lazy than what he is now, but it
Yeah.
feels like he's regressed instead of progressed.
Yeah,
And
I agree with that.
Less of a damn about this. Like I hated Tusk. It physically made me ill, and if not for the 4-hour runtime of Transformers 4 or whatever the fuck, that would have been my least favorite movie of the year.
Right.
Yeah, like I don't care. I hope that he can make a good movie down the line. I don't want to hate his movies. There is nothing there for me. I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to The Incredibles 2. Brad Bird has confirmed while on the red carpet, or I think it was a blue carpet. I guess if you want to be really,
I love
Yeah,
when
because
they
of
put
their-
out blue carpets for
Yeah.
movies.
For Tomorrowland, his new movie, he confirmed that The Incredibles 2 is his next movie. So
Yeah,
Time to get really excited.
This is what I'm excited about. This I care. I'm so happy. This is all I want in life.
I mean, it's long overdue. I've been waiting for this movie for a while. I love The Incredibles.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
so good.
So
it's
awesome.
I think it's one of the better Pixar movies. Like it might
Oh
be my
yeah.
top one. I need to really reevaluate it personally.
I like the
Um,
Toy Story movies
I
more.
I mean maybe for me. I mean personally, I have a lot of connection with that because
Right.
of who I saw it with at a young age. A friend who's since passed away.
Oh, okay.
So for me, I was gonna hold that dear. But even just as a movie, like if I look at it like as objectively, it's so fucking great. Like I mean, people forget it's a superhero movie. Like we know it is that, but when we rank like the best superhero movies, people always like put Marvel or DC stuff. The Incredibles is like at least number 2, if not the number 1. You know?
Got you.
It's definitely up there. Yeah, I believe that. Let me think real quick. Yeah, that Incredibles is my favorite Pixar movie.
Hmm.
So yeah.
I mean, it is incredible, and hopefully the sequel will be as well. It's gonna be interesting to see like where they are in life and everything.
Do you think they're gonna advance their age?
I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. I trust Brad Bird and whatever he decides to do.
I trust him too, but I think that they will age him.
Maybe a little bit. I don't know. I'm really not sure. Not
It's
in the
really
amount of
weird.
years I don't think that have passed, because that would be. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm going
Yeah.
off of nothing now. So
I'm super excited though.
yeah,
For sure.
we're all excited. I don't think they're. I don't even know. I haven't seen one person actually say, "Oh man, I'm not looking forward to that." I think everyone's looking forward to The Incredibles too.
There's always one.
There's
I've seen
always
a
a
couple on
unicorn.
Twitter.
Yeah, we don't care about them though.
Yeah. No,
All
they're
right.
wrong.
Moving on to, there's been a huge onslaught of Suicide Squad set photos that have just been dropping and dropping and dropping because they're filming in the middle of Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I mean, I'm liking what I'm seeing. I mean, we've gotten more and more and more. Well, most of the pictures are of Harley Quinn. Just, I guess, I mean, she seems to be the main central point of, central character of the movie. Her and yeah, she's like in every photo.
It's because she's
I mean,
the most well-known
her and Deadshot seem to be in most photos, I would say.
because they're the two biggest names in the movie,
Yeah.
which her character is the biggest character in the movie, like well-known character.
Yeah.
So that's why it makes sense. Plus, she's
And also,
an attractive female.
we got to remember that they just started filming this. They're probably filming scenes between the two of them.
There's Rick Flag is showing up a lot too. Like the three of them, I've seen them all together, and I'm not trying to I'm not digging for plot details or anything. I know nothing about this movie because you guys know not doing spoiler stuff anymore. But I did tweet out earlier. I hope that none of these pictures actually end up revealing spoilers, because people just keep posting these like crazy to Twitter, and I hope it doesn't spoil anything for anybody that doesn't want to know something. So far, they haven't. I know nothing about this movie based on these photos. I just see them like all smiling at each other.
I know the big climax at the end of the movie.
Do you? Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know shit.
Mike because he's spoiler free.
Yeah.
A month ago.
But yeah, I think that they all look really good. The more and more I see, I'm actually liking. I mean, I liked the entire cast photo they released. I know Diego didn't really like it or whatever, and Andy was whatever about it. But from what I'm seeing from these set photos, I think it looks pretty exciting. There was one photo with Harley. She has a red and black umbrella.
Yeah.
Kind of hinting, at her traditional costume, and I thought that was cool. And Margot Robbie just looks fantastic as Harley Quinn. She's as you know, she was my dream casting, and I really hope that all these people nail it in these roles. And Will Smith looks like he's, based off the photos, I mean, I'm just going by this, but he looks like he's having a lot of fun on set. And I just think it looks really cool. I'm getting more and more excited.
I'm super
All right.
excited.
Yeah. So moving on to another set of photos, but these are official photos, are from Quentin Tarantino's The Hateful Eight, which releases later this year. One of all of our most anticipated movies of the year. I think it's gonna be amazing. What did you guys think of them?
I'm not excited for the movie yet. I'll get excited for it. It's one of those
I guess I was putting words in your mouth then.
No. It's one of those things where Yeah, I know it'll be great. Like the new Batman game, like I know it'll be great. I don't care right now, but as it gets closer to release, I'll be like, oh, I can't wait to see it. You know, it's like
Right.
I've got life happening, and Mad Max comes out this week, so it's like, okay, let me be excited about this. Don't need to get excited about every little thing at the same time. Otherwise, I'll just be sitting here, just like staring at a wall. People come in and be like, "What are you doing?" Be like, "Oh, I'm getting excited for like everything."
You're like Kingpin, just staring at a
I'm just
wait.
getting excited, Vanessa. You know? Yeah. I think the cast photos look awesome. I love that Quentin Tarantino said a year ago when he was like, "Oh yeah, Django Unchained. That was that was like my stepping my whatever the hell." Well, he said like that was his
Uh-huh.
little first foray, his practice in the Western genre.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I was like, that's your practice? Holy shit! What are you gonna do when you go like all out? And
Exactly.
I'm pumped.
It's like Quentin, you had my attention, but now. Oh wait.
Yeah, my curiosity.
Quentin, you had my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
I will say
Anyway.
that if I could grow a mustache half as epic as Kurt Russell's, I would never shave my face.
Yes.
Kurt Russell is so fucking cool.
Oh
He's
my
so
This,
god.
cool.
along with Furious 7, like he's just gonna rock
I
Hollywood again.
can't wait to see more of Mr. Nobody in Furious 8.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Kurt Russell. We all do. So that about does it with the movie news that we're going to talk about on this week's episode. But now we're going to head into sell a movie. How about Andy? You go first.
Well, it's kind of funny that we were just talking about Tarantino because mine is one of his movies. I figured since we were all getting hyped up for Mad Max Fury Road, like it's about like cars and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go with one that even Tarantino says is his worst movie, Death Proof. If you have not seen Death Proof, definitely check it out. And like I was talking to Diego right before this, if you saw Grindhouse just as the double feature, which is awesome and was my favorite theater experience of all time, um, it it's a great double feature thing, but I feel like because it was the second movie in the double feature, it kind of like hurt itself because you halfway through you meet a whole uh, new group of characters, and like a lot of people complain that like oh I didn't care about them because like that was 2 hours or over 2.5 hours into the movie,
Hmm.
so that kind of I think that kind of hurt it for some people. So definitely go out and try to find it and check it out. It's a Tarantino movie. Literally, all of his movies are at least good. So it's not
Right.
you're not gonna be wasting your time. And
Definitely
all
not.
the car chases are legit. Everything, every crash, everything is awesome. Uh, and like there's a final like the final chase scene or the not the final, but like leading up to the final chase scene. They did a stunt that people like I tell people all the time like yes that was real like he's like well how come like there's a girl on the hood of a car as they're bumping down the road and they're like going there's like they say they're going like 89 90 miles an hour. They actually went those speeds. Like they started off at 40 where she felt comfortable and Tarantino's like let's try 10 more, let's try 10 more. And he just kept bumping it up until they got up to like 80 miles an hour and they're like bumping with her on the hood. It's just like incredible to see that and you're just like if you like cars at all or car chase movies at all, definitely check it out. It's amazing.
Agreed. All right, Diego, what's your movie?
I just saw this movie 2 days ago. Uh, it is a new release on HBO, and it's the documentary Kurt Cobain Montage of
Ooh.
Heck. And for people who don't know, I am a huge fan of Nirvana. Like I adore the sounds of Kurt Cobain and that raggedy distortion and just that grungy type of music. But this is a movie that I wasn't even aware existed until Sundance this year. I think it premiered there. And usually documentaries I can appreciate from a distance. There's very few that actually wow me. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just an asshole. As I get older, I realize there are more and more that I enjoy. But this one was a tough sell for me because I was like, I know so much about Nirvana. What could they possibly do with this that could interest me even more? And then me being dumb, it was directed by Brett Morgan. Morgan? I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, but
I think it's gorgeous.
Off the top of my head, I can't remember any documentaries, the titles of any documentaries he did, but I remember watching them, and he's kind of the best in the business, at least one of the best. And Kurt Cobain Montage of Heck is not a story about Kurt Cobain and Nirvana. It's a story about, or it's telling the story about Kurt Cobain and the problems this guy had. I mean, that sounds bad. No, like he suffered a lot, whether or not it's the hands of drugs or just his own insecurities and depression and suffering chronic stomach pains. And it's a very beautiful movie. It's a very sad movie, but it's also a very intimate movie. You get to know, you feel like you spent 2 hours with Kurt Cobain, and you don't really get any new information, like but it's a really powerful experience. It's my #1 movie of the year right now.
Wow.
I can't believe like how much I love this movie. Like, I implore everyone to watch it as soon as possible if you love documentaries, if you like Nirvana, if you're interested in learning about the person who Kurt Cobain was, because he wasn't perfect, and it doesn't shy away from that. But the way the documentary is constructed and the way it cuts back and forth using the music of Nirvana and some images that Kurt Cobain drew himself and other people have to say about him in his personal life, I was fascinated for 2 hours. It's incredible. I fucking adore this movie so much. It's far and away my favorite movie of the year. Please, everyone, go watch it because it's fantastic.
I don't want to take anything away from that because I haven't seen that movie, but have you seen Ex Machina yet?
I did also watch Ex Machina.
Okay, just wanted to be sure that like you've seen, if you had seen that or not. I don't want to take away from
like
the documentary because I haven't seen that yet. So
it's almost kind of like unfair to like compare.
Well, like, when you're talking best movie, like
no, I mean there's different things that go into documentaries that make them worthy of other like comparison, contrast with other movies. It's just people see them as so differently, and that's why it took me so long to really get into documentaries. And even now, I'm just like, well, if I have the option to watch a documentary or what some people think is a real movie, which is just a bullshit comparison in the first place because they're both
still real movies.
They're both movies, yeah. I think there's different perspectives that people have on them, and thankfully, I feel that I've overcome that now, and I'm like, yes, I am adult, I am mature, I could see difference.
What are you chappy or?
I am alive.
Just real quick, I'm curious. What was your favorite documentary of last year?
The Roger Ebert one. I can't remember the name. That one was fantastic. And I didn't even watch it until this year.
Life Itself.
Thank you.
Yeah, I saw it a couple weeks ago on Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad you both saw it just recently. Then it was my favorite of last year.
Yeah, that one's great.
I cried for a long time.
And really quick before we move on.
Well, I need it.
After yours. Okay. Yeah. Ex Machina is great.
It is.
Okay.
It is fantastic. I just want to make that clear.
Yes.
It is. So my movie this week is Life Partners. It's a movie that I really, really like, and it is now on Netflix for everyone to enjoy, or at least everyone that has Netflix, but most people do. So, it's a really good movie in my opinion. It stars Leighton Meester, Gillian Jacobs, and Adam Brody. It's Susanna Fogel's feature film directorial debut. So there we go, woman filmmaker, awesome. And the two main characters are women, and I love that. And it's about these two best friends, and one is straight and one is gay, and they're both looking for a partner. I mean, they've been best friends since like forever, but they've both been struggling to find, a significant other. Gillian Jacobs' character finds Adam Brody, and as their relationship starts to get more and more serious, Leighton Meester, she keeps meeting these like immature people, and she'll sleep with them and be a one night stand, or she'll date them for a little while, and it just seems like forced almost. And as Gillian Jacobs is dating Adam Brody, Leighton Meester's character is feeling like she's kind of alone because she doesn't have the her best friend to lean on all the time like she used to, and at the same time she doesn't have a significant other to really truly be with. and it's really is a good movie. It was really well written and well acted. Gillian Jacobs, Leighton Meester have amazing chemistry together. Oh my God, they are. I would really like to see them do another movie together. They're really good together. And I think it just really connects to me, and whether you relate to one character or another, I think a lot of people have been in one of those situations, whether it's where they were in life or where they were in a relationship or whatever. But I think it's a really good movie. Like I said, I think most people can connect to it in some way.
Sounds
Well
good.
said.
Yeah. So, so we're going to get into our main discussion of the podcast this week, and that, as I said, is our favorite post-apocalyptic movies that don't include zombies. Do either of you want to go first on a movie that you want to talk about?
Andy, go ahead.
Okay, let me bring up my list real quick.
Okay, well, if you're not ready, guys.
No, I'm ready.
Okay.
I just had to click a button.
Okay, all right.
Okay, my first, and I think is the best post-apocalyptic movie ever made, Battlefield Earth.
Okay.
I'm just
goodbye.
kidding. I had to.
It was nice knowing you, but you gotta go now.
That is complete and utter bullshit. You guys don't need to see that movie. It is not good.
No, I think you need to
No,
see
you
it.
need to see it. You need
Yeah, I
to.
think you need to see it.
I think it's on Netflix, isn't it?
No, you don't need to see it.
You have to. It's one of the worst movies of all time.
It is one of the worst movies of all time. That is very true. Okay, let's see here. I got The Planet of the Apes. All those movies are pretty awesome. Especially the first original one is like my favorite of those, and then like
Right.
the remakes, like the reboots for like Rise, that really isn't one, but like Dawn was amazing.
Yeah.
They just really dive deep into like how, even though they're apes, like in this current one, but like how like people interact with each other in like times like that, I guess, like how like people evolve and like things evolve, and it's just great sci-fi post-apocalyptic. I can't ever say that word.
Yeah, I messed up on it earlier too.
Yeah. But yeah, just check them out if you haven't. But like those are among my favorites. Are we doing one at a time, or are we doing a couple?
Let's talk about let's talk about those movies. I agree. Like those, I mean, that was definitely on my list. It's a really, I mean, all of them are great, and I'm glad that you mentioned it just kind of like as a whole, because one thing I wanted to bring up, because I knew it was gonna be brought up, whether I brought it up or one of you did, is you have Planet of the Apes, like the original Planet of the Apes, and that's known as like one of the best movies ever, really. I mean, it's a classic. It's fantastic. And then you have a movie like Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, one of the best movies of last year. And it's almost like and then I start to think about it. Well, did I like Dawn of the Planet of the Apes more than Planet of the Apes? Because Planet of the Apes is regarded as one of the best movies of all time, but it's just because it's aged so well over the years and it did so much for cinema. But if Dawn of the Planet of the Apes came out in '68, then yeah, that would probably have been one of the best movies of all time as well. So I don't know. It's hard for me to decide like which one I like more. But my two favorite are definitely the original Planet of the Apes and the newest Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that. I disagree, however, that Dawn is even in contender for the best one. I think
Really?
it's second
Okay.
best.
Okay.
That's like a very positive second best. I think looking back now, I could see the more flaws, which is fine. It's still one of the best movies of last year by far, one of the most thought-provoking blockbusters in recent memory.
Right.
But I think the human characters, they don't fall flat, but they feel more like characters. And
I like Jensen Clark's character in it.
Yeah, no. I'm not saying he's not bad. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying, like, you have the generic angry guy. You have like the nice family who you want to protect.
Right.
And then I think Gary Oldman, even though he has the least to do out of the main cast, I think he's one of the best parts of the movie still.
I agree.
But,
yeah.
Again, nobody really falls flat,
Mm.
like at all. But it's just they're weaker than the ape characters. They're weaker written. But it works in the movie's favor because it's humanity fading away. Like the last shot of Jason Clarke's character is him literally walking back into the shadows to escape with his family. Like that's about as foreboding as you get with like
Right.
heavy-handed metaphors and stuff. And it's a fantastic movie, but I think the first Planet of the Apes handles all the stories much better.
It doesn't match up with "Damn you, God damn you all to hell."
Yeah, that's an incredible moment in cinema. And
definitely.
there's a couple Planet of the Apes movies that ain't so hot, but they're all enjoyable.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, except for the Tim Burton one. That one's fucking.
Yeah.
Oh.
That thing's
Let's not talk about
unwatchable.
Just ignore it, even though Marky Mark's in it.
Yeah. Okay.
Guys,
So.
I think you found a talking monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, Diego, you want to go?
All right, I got this. Are we doing one at a time? Are we doing a couple? How are we doing this?
Yeah. Let's
Yeah,
do
just
one at a time.
Yeah.
All right. My number one. I'm just gonna start at the top. Children of Men.
Ooh, that was on mine too.
It's one of my favorite movies of all time. I think it's Alfonso Cuarón's masterpiece, but there are worthy competitors. I'm not going to argue that.
I would agree.
It's got some of the best single directing qualities in a movie, but it's a very touching movie. Also, it's like what happens when humanity can no longer create humanity. What do we do? Do we just keep going on with our daily lives? Like people get apathetic, and it's this great journey of discovery, and it's very melancholy, obviously, as many post-apocalyptic movies are. But it's also very beautiful in discovering I guess I don't want to reiterate beauty again, but it's very beautiful to see people discover how important and how wonderful human life can be, even when everything is just falling to shit. And it's a totally amazing movie. I hate using amazing a lot, and like
I use it a lot as well.
It's fine.
I use amazing and awesome a lot.
I think we should cut back on those. But it's like, if you're going to use amazing for any movie, I think Children of Men is one of the few that you could just be like, oh, it's so amazing. It's amazing, like nonstop.
Right. I agree. I mean, I love the tone of it and the atmosphere, and it's like you feel like you're there.
Them tracking shots, man. Nobody does them like Alfonso Cuarón.
No one.
Besides,
no, don't.
I wasn't even gonna go there. Wasn't even gonna go there.
Alfonso Cuarón uses them to tell a story. That other guy just uses them because it looks cool. So.
Continue on, Michael. What is yours?
Okay, so here, this is two movies, but I mean, you just said you mentioned all the Planet of the Apes movies, so yeah, I'm gonna go with these two, and it's the Terminator and Terminator 2: Judgment Day.
Yeah, those count.
Yeah.
They do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the first one more.
I mean, they're to avoid the apocalypse.
Yeah, like I get that. Like I was like they're not on my list because I didn't think because they're trying to stop it before it happens. There are.
I mean, just look at Salvation. That was post-apocalypse. So I mean, we're not talking about that, but
yeah, I know. Like yeah, they're great movies though. So yeah, continue.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, obviously they're two of the best movies of all time. I know that's subjective, but I think most people would say they are. I like Terminator 2: Judgment Day a little bit more, not much, just because they're both so great and they're both pretty different. And Terminator's Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator is a bad guy in the first one and a good guy in the second one. And I don't know. And then got Sarah Connor, a strong female character who we talked about on the Women in Film episode that we did a while back. And I think she's just one of the best movie characters ever, especially in Judgment Day. And they're just so action-packed and awesome. And I don't know. It just James Cameron. He's such an amazing filmmaker. Notice I tried to hold back on saying amazing, but it's true. I mean, I think most people agree. You guys agree, right?
Yeah, they're great movies.
They're okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I just recorded a couple weeks ago with my buddy Sean from AudienceSEverywhere.net where we talked about the Terminator franchise as a whole. And yeah, Terminator 1 and 2 are some of the best movies.
It's like going from, when you talk about the Terminator franchise, it's like going from the top of Mount Everest to hell. Like as it goes on, you're up there.
I think Terminator 3 and 4 are not good. I think they're bad. I don't think they're the worst possible things that could happen to the franchise. I think there are far worse things that could happen. I'm not going to defend them. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
on the shitometer.
Like they're not like as bad as the movie that came out this past week, Hot Pursuit, basically.
Yeah, which I have no intention of seeing. So I'm just gonna.
Don't see it. People are listening to this, and you're thinking about going. Save yourself.
All right.
Oh, and I just wanted to mention. Oh, well, we just wanted to mention. We were both going to mention.
No,
I was going to say. Notice how I said that both the things that you guys mentioned were on my list. I have 3 set up and honorable mentions to include as well. One of those was in my original top 3, and another one of those was in my honorable mentions. So when I say on my list, I couldn't mean either of those. But yeah, I still have a top 3 lined up, so don't worry.
No, I got a couple more, but really quick before I wrap up on my thoughts on the Terminator, because I think Linda Hamilton gets a lot of cool kick-ass stuff to do in Terminator 2.
Yeah.
And she's still a great character. I've come around to thinking that the first Terminator is a perfect movie. Terminator 2 is almost. There's nothing inherently wrong with it. It's just not as tightly conceived. And it's more hopeful. And I'm a guy who likes leaving a movie feeling good. Sometimes getting a little cynical, and I'll be like, yeah, that was fucking mean, man. I'm depressed. That feels good. Sometimes you just need to be a little sad once in a while. But yes, and they amplified the awesome soundtrack of the Terminator.
So good.
Yeah. But I like her a lot more in the first one, actually, because she's not just stereotypical butch thing. I mean, James Cameron has this thing where he butchifies women, he takes away their femininity to make them kick ass. They're women who kick ass, but...
Are you, referring to, Sigourney Weaver in Aliens, how she cuts her hair? I mean, I was still into Sigourney Weaver with less hair.
Well, no, she cuts her hair in Alien 3. She has the same hair in Alien.
No, she cuts her... Doesn't she cut her hair? Yeah, she cuts it.
She shaves it in 3.
She shaves it in 3, but she cuts, pretty much, 2/3 of her hair when she.
Oh, that's not the same thing. That's not even close to what I'm saying.
Oh, that's what I was referring to.
He makes them hefty action stars, and they're like, you're so butch and stuff, and lifting heavy stuff. It's cool, but I mean, I wish she toned down a little bit on that. I mean, that's my only real issue with that movie. It's just kind of lost her feminine side.
I don't know. I mean, I don't really care. I mean, it was her choice. She did that. That's the way her character. I mean, it makes sense story-wise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, we could agree to disagree on that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I liked
the first two are amazing.
I liked how strong of a female character was. I mean, she was just that's the epitome of a strong female character, and that's the only thing I'm looking forward to in Terminator Genesis is that Emilia Clarke is playing Sarah Connor, and she plays a really strong female character, Daenerys Targaryen, my favorite character in Game of Thrones, and I think they picked the perfect person to play Sarah Connor. Everything I've seen for this movie makes it look awful, but I'm still praying that it's going to be good, guys. Let's hope.
Hopefully.
Let's hope. If it surprises, I'll be really happy.
Yeah, there's no way it's going to be good, but I'm hoping.
Agreed. Let's hope. Yeah. So go ahead.
For my next one, for the next couple I'm just gonna shout out some of ones I really enjoy instead of doing best because I assume that we all have a bunch just to add some variety. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh, okay. I remember my question.
So we're not gonna do our top 3 anymore. We're just gonna throw out random ones now.
Well,
I don't know.
Sure
that's gonna make it difficult.
I have some on here that I don't think anybody will bring up ever.
Let's finish our top 3 and then we'll shout them out because you might take someone else's in the list and there's probably a good chance.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Then The Matrix.
Okay, that was my next one. So
yeah, The Matrix.
I'll pick up a different movie.
Great movie. Obviously, it's kind of hidden as a post-apocalyptic because it's you're in the Matrix. It's just groundbreaking, on a bunch of different levels, just making you think about life and as well as the way it was filmed and all the effects and everything like that. Doesn't get that much better, doesn't get better than that at all.
Right, so I think it's one of the best of all time.
Yeah, definitely. Really got.
It's I mean, it's just everything about it. I don't know. I don't know what it is about the Matrix, but just like the name alone makes me think, oh yeah, awesome. Like it's just the Matrix. It's just an awesome movie title. You know what I mean? I mean, say what you will about the two sequels, and you know, I kind of like the third one, parts of it. I like the end. But I mean, there's so much wrong with them. You know, I mean, I don't think that they're the worst. Like they're not like Terminator 3 4. They're not as bad as that. But
you like the third Matrix movie?
Parts of it. I like parts of it.
Okay. Right now, definitively.
Jesus Christ.
What is better?
Well, I can't like parts of it.
What is
I don't
better?
like it as a movie overall.
We just need to clarify something real quick. What is better? Matrix Revolutions or Alien 3?
Matrix Revolutions? Oh my God, that's not even a question.
Okay, no, that's just wrong.
What did you say?
I think there are aspects of the second.
3 is better?
Yeah, Matrix Revolutions and Matrix Reloaded are both better than Alien 3. Whoa,
no,
that's not even
fucking bullshit.
No way.
No,
Alien 3 like legitimately ruined the Alien franchise. Like there was no coming back after that. And at least the Matrix movies, you can kind of enjoy them.
You are so wrong.
Like they don't hurt anything. They don't even hurt the Matrix. Whereas like Alien 3, it actually hurts aliens. It doesn't do anything. Like they make sense story wise. Like I mean, yes, they like I said, they're not. Okay, but and I'm not like defending them because like I said, I don't like them they're not good. Whereas you know Matrix, the movie The Matrix, the first one is great, one of the best. I really think one of the best movies of all time. It's just I'm just saying that they're definitely both better than Alien 3, and they have things in them.
No.
Okay.
No. I think if anything, there's aspects.
You just love Alien 3.
Yeah, I do.
It's good.
There's aspects of Matrix Reloaded that are actually worth defending. Like the action scenes are like incredible.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, and Matrix Revolutions, there's like nothing.
I like the final fight. It's kind of cool.
What?
I think the final fight is really cool.
Why? Why are you doing this? You're hurting me today.
Just for like, you know, pure popcorn shoving. Like, it's not a good movie. No, I agree. Like, we're on the same side here. But I mean, just you can't like even acknowledge that it's
Matrix Revolutions.
And I don't even know. I don't know if I like 2 or 3 better. Just because, and I said 3, but I don't know. I think I probably do like a little bit more just because of the fights. But I don't know. There's good fights in Reloaded too. I don't know. Neither of them are on even close to the Matrix, and that's what we're talking about. In the Matrix, the movie alone is amazing. Again, amazing. See, I say amazing a lot.
You do.
Stuck in my head.
Amazing Spider-Man.
Yep. I'm gonna start saying spectacular. And ultimate, saying all the Spider-Man words. That was ultimate.
That was unlimited.
Yeah. Just sound like a loser if you started saying that. That was so unlimited, dude. What?
Wow.
Okay, whose turn?
What are you, Ultron?
Boo.
That's so mid.
Wait, okay, whose turn is it?
It's Diego's.
Diego, yeah.
Okay.
And he's gonna say the Matrix Revolution.
Gosh, no.
Please don't say something.
I got my list.
Like, don't say like Alien 3. No, well, Alien 3 wouldn't count. I was
Alien
thinking
3 is not post-apocalyptic.
Yeah,
they should make a post-apocalyptic Alien movie, though.
Well, kind of. Would Alien 3 be at the point where they're at in that movie? Would it be post-apocalyptic, or no? It'd just be Alien 4.
Yeah, no.
Resurrection. Alien Resurrection is post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, that final twist at the end that does nothing. God, that movie's so dumb.
Where they're in at any point in Alien 3, would it be? Do you think?
No, because there's only one alien in the entire movie.
That's true.
Humanity's still going on.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So my fears of you saying that are.
I mean, Alien 3 is secretly great. No, but I got a couple. But does apocalyptic count? Like the apocalypse is currently happening during the runtime of the movie?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Fuck. I just lost it. Don't. Hey. Okay. The Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the 1970s version, is
Was not expected.
1978 film is
Yeah.
just so terrifying to me. It has one of the single scariest shots in movies. It leaves me so unnerved.
What
And
shot are you talking about? Because I can't remember like off the top of my head.
okay, I'm gonna do the scary thing. And it's gonna be even scarier because of the black thing right here. Right. I mean, spoilers for like a 50-year-old movie or whatever.
No.
That.
Especially one that was remade.
Yeah. Okay. When Brooke Adams starts, is like the last survivor of the group, and Donald Sutherland had to hide underneath the pier, and then they regroup at the next day, and they've pretty much lost, but they're like trying to find each other. And so Brooke Adams' character finds Donald Sutherland, and then he turns around and he goes, "Roar!"
Oh
Like that.
yeah,
It was
okay.
the scariest thing. That ruined my sleeping schedule for years after I saw that.
Whoa.
I mean, just imagine someone you care about so much, and they just turn into that eternal screech. It's just,
Right.
oh fuck, that would be the worst. Yeah, I love that movie. That movie handles terror in such a precise way that really just cuts through you like a butter knife.
Ooh, well put.
Microwave. You know, like that.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a great movie.
Yeah. Wow, I don't think I can put it better than that. That was a good description.
Oh, thank you. I really like that movie. So.
Yeah. So I guess I'll go with my next one. And yeah, I'm gonna go with a newer movie. You guys said a few that I had in my top three, but like I said, I have honorable mentions. And that is The World's End.
Ah, yes.
Dude, that is a great choice that I did not even think of.
Yeah, because I was thinking, I actually didn't have on my list, and then I had, like I was mentioning earlier, I had Shaun of the Dead on there.
Yeah.
And
you cheeky bastard.
yeah, so I
Good.
was like, oh wait, there's more. There's more Edgar Wright goodness I can put on this that doesn't include zombies, but it still is. And technically, I was actually going to ask you guys before then I realized we were doing a no zombie thing. If since the world doesn't end in Shaun of the Dead, they save the day. And I guess they save the day in the World's End too. But that really is.
I mean,
No, they cause the end.
No, but they cause the end. It's an interesting question because they cause the end, but at the same time.
Well, yeah, I guess it's still the
our
end, but they
lives
still
were being
live.
guided
Yeah.
through false creators and such. So we.
Well, like this, I just
they
meant like
saved
still
us.
living.
They
I
saved-
meant like still living and stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of like. I'll talk about that later actually because that leads into my pick. So never mind.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's an Edgar Wright movie, so obviously it's great. Like the guy has never made a bad movie, in my opinion. I mean, I guess, like I said, it's all subjective, but Edgar Wright is one of my favorite filmmakers ever of all time. I mean, I know the guy's really super young, and I mean, he still has a huge career ahead of him. But dude, this guy, I really think is one of the best filmmakers ever, and definitely one of the best working today.
Yeah.
Like I said, one of my favorite. He's so good. The World's End, it's just the best of everything he's done so far. Really, I don't even know. I don't know where I would rank it in the Cornetto trilogy. I always go back and forth. I love them all so much. So if I told you one ranking of the three, I would probably tell you something now and then something different next week because I just love them so much. But yeah, I don't know. The World's End, just all of the chemistry between the actors, obviously it's there, and it's so much great comedy. And man, Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. I mean, how you can't not love them? You know what I mean? And it's cool seeing the switch of like who they're playing. Normally, it's the other way around. Whereas Simon Pegg is playing the straight character. And in this one, Nick Frost is playing the straight character.
Yep.
So and having Simon Pegg as the goofy one, and it was cool to see it like that. And I mean, I just can't get enough of it. I watch it over and over and over again. It has all those amazing. I need to stop saying amazing so much. Terrific Wright-isms.
Yeah, definitely a lot in there.
Yeah, that guy edits movies like nobody's business. Like.
Ugh.
Oh God, I'm always gonna be sad about the loss of Wright and Ant-Man because his action scenes in The World's End.
He still gets the story credit.
Story credit's not
screenplay,
the same.
right? Does he get screenplay credit too?
I think that's up to the WGA.
I think he's getting screenplay credit. I believe.
I'm not sure. I mean, they pretty much rewrote it from the ground up, from my understanding.
Hmm.
Yeah. I'm still sad about that.
Yeah. I still think Peyton Reed's gonna give us something good though.
Hope.
Yeah.
I hope. I'm hopeful.
Yeah. But well, we could do a whole honestly, I would be down to do a whole episode on Edgar Wright's movies. I think that would be a really good episode.
Do it before Ant-Man and just cause more controversy.
Yeah, do it.
No, it's almost, I don't know if I want to do that. That's
No. I want to do one on Edgar Wright also, but I also want to give Ant-Man a chance. I don't want to be like those people who are just going to shit on it no matter what, you know?
Yeah, and it's really unfair to Peyton Reed. I mean, he came in and, let's just judge it like we would any other movie, not, I bet, like, what would Edgar Wright have done?
Yeah, exactly.
That's going to suck.
Yeah.
If people do that.
Yeah.
They are.
There will be people that will, but we must rise above them.
Oh, fun fact.
It's what Edgar Wright would do.
I watched Scott Pilgrim vs. the World today.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe my favorite movie of his.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you. I don't know what my favorite Edgar Wright movie is. They're all so good. They're all 10 out of 10s in my opinion.
Okay. Little side note here.
Okay.
You guys know that I tweetcast.
Right.
I sent out the question, and I've gotten 3 tweets, so that's good enough for me to decide that it is scientifically proven that Alien 3 is better than Matrix Revolutions.
Yes.
It's not scientifically. You asked a whole bunch of weird people.
No.
Alien 3 is great.
Alien 3 is just awful.
Binky.
Awful. I mean, yeah, Matrix Revolutions might be awful too, but it's more awful. Alien 3 is
at Marcelo J. Pico and at Kelter93 all said Alien 3.
These are good people.
3, damn it. Alien 3, but Matrix Revolution is also a great movie. No, I'm not drunk.
Good? I don't know about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow Raphael B now just because he's
such a depressing. This is a depressing.
Look, we
were talking about Edgar Wright, and I was so happy, and then we started talking about Alien 3.
Hey, it's proven by science.
Quick little thing. I'm really looking forward. I know we're not getting Ant-Man, but we're getting Baby Driver, which is Edgar Wright's next movie.
Yeah.
And I have no idea what that is, but that's fine because I know it'll be great.
Well, it stars Ansel Elgort and Lily James. So
we just got another Alien Revolutions.
Alien what? Alien Revolution? Now you're mixing the movies.
I don't know why this guy put Alien Revolution.
The ultimate crossover you never saw coming.
Yeah.
Well done.
But yeah, no, it's gonna be really. I think it's gonna be really good. It sounds cool. Ansel Elgort's like a getaway driver for this crime boss and his girlfriend or significant other. I don't know if it's his girlfriend, but or wife or probably not wife. They're really young. But yeah, she is. Her life is threatened, and everything else in his life is threatened if he doesn't do this, this heist for this big evil crime boss. And it sounds like something that totally cool that Edgar Wright is gonna nail. And I like the 2 actor choices. Ansel Elgort and Lily James are incredibly hot right now, off of like The Fault in Our Stars and.
Ansel, he's so hot right now.
Yeah, and Cinderella. And in my article, which you can check out right now on schmoesno.com, on the casting of Lily James, I said The Fault in Our Stars meets now I don't even know what to say. What is this? Oh my god. Wish Upon a Star. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I don't know why I drew a blank, but yeah. So more Edgar Wright goodness on the way. So Andy, you're next.
Sounds good.
Movie.
My next movie is.
You don't have one, do you?
I do have a bunch here, but I'm just trying to decide which one is.
Well, the third on your top. Yeah, your top 3 that no one named you.
Probably submitted them because there's a couple that I've got.
Well, I mean, we still each have one more.
Yeah. These are like there's 2 I have 2 that are right there with each other.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Snowpiercer.
Okay, and that was in my honorables too, or within. I might have even mentioned that next. I don't know.
This is why I should have went with my honorables. That I'm just I'll go with my favorite.
I was going to connect it to my previous pick, to your picks.
You can still do it. It's still a possibility.
No,
You could say another movie and connect it to something or something.
Should I rewind and then pick the other one?
No. Let's talk about Snowpiercer now. We can,
We'll talk about Snowpiercer now instead of me rewinding and
Diego,
going to the other one.
It's the same thing as if you said it. We're still going to talk about it. We're still going to give our opinion. It's all right, buddy.
Okay, Snowpiercer has, to me, is amazing story. Everything looks great in it. Everything looks. Everybody, great cast. Everything. I was super psyched for it before I even heard everyone hyping like crazy over it.
Oh, so much hype.
And then I saw it 3 times in the first week that I had it in my hands. I did actually see it in the theater once, and then as soon as I put it, I saw it 3 times that first week. It's just one of the great best movies of that year. It's just, if you haven't seen it, there's absolutely, I don't know what's wrong with you. If you're listening to us right now, it has Captain America in it. I mean, come on.
Captain America on a train, dude.
And The Thing.
What up? Yeah, and The Thing. You're right. And Ed Harris is going to be in Suicide Squad. So, that's
there
not
you go.
Is that confirmed yet. I don't know.
I don't know.
There's a rumor that he is, but we'll see.
But yeah, Diego, what do you think about it?
I think Snowpiercer is fantastic, and what I was going to compare it to was. Shit, now I forgot.
It doesn't even matter now. You made this big deal.
No, I think it's a very interesting movie, to say the least. It made my top 10 of 2014.
2014.
Yes, that's right.
It was an international 2013 release, but it was a U.S. 2014 release.
Damn Weinsteins. Anyways,
yeah.
I was blown away by Chris Evans' performance. I always had hope for him before he was cast as Captain America because I saw him in Sunshine, and I was like, he was really good there. What else can he do? And then he's great as Captain America, and Snowpiercer I think is his best role yet because he has the most to do there.
I don't know. I think The Winter Soldier is still his best, even though I know it's Captain America. It's a superhero movie, but I don't know that he gives such an amazing performance in.
Oh yeah, he does, and I have no problems with that. If you think people don't give good performances or good work in superhero movies, you're just silly people. You are.
Go on.
Pay attention.
There's a specific line of dialogue in the movie that he sells.
Okay.
I don't know that many actors could sell it as well as he does. And I'm not going to say it here, and I'm going to ask you guys not to spoil it as well because...
this movie has been on Netflix for a year.
A lot of people still haven't seen it, and I'm going to ask politely.
Well, why don't you just say it, and then we'll fast forward if you haven't seen it.
Even out of context, it's fine. It's towards the end of the movie.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
Near the climax. It's a very revealing scene.
Yeah, and if you've seen it, you know what he's talking about.
Yeah, and it's just so ridiculous, but it's so heartbreaking.
Well, since we're not spoiling this movie, and I'll just say straight up, what are your thoughts on the ending without spoiling it?
That's my favorite thing about the movie.
Oh, okay.
It's the whole movie is just metaphors on metaphors on metaphors.
Oh yeah.
Metaphors. But I mean, it works because it's not dumb. It's not pretending to be about anything. It very much is about these ideas that it presents and how it structures society as the train, and how these people are alive, but they're not living. Even if stuff happened, it's
right.
Fuck. It is hard to talk about without spoiling.
Just prolonging existence.
Yeah, and the decision made at the end of the movie is the perfect analogy for revolution. And how to succeed.
At the end of the movie, I was just like, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the whole movie's on metaphors, and so the finale, realistically, is that's dumb. But because the whole movie is based on that metaphorical storytelling type of thing, it's the perfect ending for that movie. And it's very interesting to me because the whole movie is shot left to right, or right to left if they're going to look back for a little bit, because the train's only one direction. And the finale does something different with the directional thing. So that's a great choice, Andy.
Yeah, definitely awesome.
All right, Diego. Oh well, Diego,
No. That was Andy's. Yeah.
Yeah. What's yours?
I'm gonna go for a little movie that probably nobody's talked about ever in their entire lives, and it's Titan AE. Have you guys familiar with this movie?
Yeah.
I think you brought it up at another one, didn't you?
Yeah, I think I brought it up for Solid Movie at some point.
Yeah.
Well, it's an animated feature made by Don Bluth. It's the movie that sank Fox Animated Studios for a decade.
Was this your last solo movie, or was this 2 episodes ago?
I
It might
think
have
it was
been
2
last
episodes
week.
ago.
2
It was
episodes ago.
recent. It's a post-apocalyptic movie because the Earth blows up in the opening scene. I get to don't fight me on this, boys. You will lose. No,
No, that's fine.
yeah. I mean, I have more choices, but I want to get to the Twitter ones because there's a lot of good picks people had on Twitter that I want to talk about too.
Well, let's talk about it after.
Well,
mine.
yeah.
Give me
Yeah,
my chance to shine. Come
After,
on,
I'm
man.
not gonna rush us into it.
Yeah, I know. I don't matter to you. I know, but
Not really, no, not at all. But anyways, Titan AE. The Titan AE is it's a walloping adventure, post-apocalyptic type thing that makes me excited about movies. It's a visual treat. It's almost stupidly simple, and it's got some like astounding animation sequences. Specifically, a scene with these space ice blocks that start crashing into each other, and it's so fucking science
that
fiction.
description is awesome.
So fucking cool.
The space ice blocks crashing.
Yeah,
Boom.
it's
Yes!
the best. It's fantastic. Even if it did crash a studio, it's great. Yeah, that's my third pick.
Okay.
Sounds good.
My third one will be like the no shit obvious one, and it's the Mad Max trilogy, or
Yeah.
up
I
until
was
now.
hoping someone was
before
gonna bring that
movies.
up.
Yeah, and yeah,
Up until
maybe,
Lord of the Flies.
Thunderdome might not be as good as the others, or you might not like the first one as much, or everyone has a different opinion. Most people obviously agree Road Warrior is the best because it is, and I mean, dude, they're just so awesome, and
What do you
I
like?
knew you were about to say something. What were you about to say?
No, I just said Master Blaster.
Oh.
But would the first Mad Max be post-apocalyptic?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I guess.
They all are.
No, that's fine. I just thought more that it wasn't because there's still like some form of like
Hope. Or
of
there's still life.
Because they're like law enforcement. So
Yeah.
That could be.
I mean, it's still
it's still possible.
there's still life going on, and them trying to survive it and trying to go back.
Totally.
You can try to go back to the way.
I can see it that way. I just never, before we talked about this, I just never thought of that one as post-apocalyptic until Road Warrior. But yeah, they're all awesome, and obviously that's why we're even having this discussion right now, is because those laid the groundwork for what's about to come out in the next couple days.
Yeah. Well, all your favorite? Road Warrior is your favorites, right? Both yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's your favorite? Yeah.
I'm not crazy about Thunderdome.
Yeah, and that's why I said that at first. Yeah, a lot of people are crazy. I think it's really good. But comparing it right after Road Warrior, it's like
See, I don't even know if it qualifies as good. I think it's kind of entertaining. It's just.
I would say good. I wouldn't say great.
I'd say it's good up until he leaves, and then when he's with the kids and stuff, that's when.
Yeah, and I think that's what most people would say. I would agree with you on that. Yeah. All right, so yeah, we have a lot of random honorable mentions we can talk about real quick. We have Twitter things people said on Twitter. Did one of you want to go first on people's Twitter?
Okay,
thoughts?
yeah. Let me see.
Let me bring mine up too.
I'll do David Shreve. He says for apocalyptic, Children of Men, Knowing, Terminator 2, 12 Monkeys, Melancholia. Oh my God, I can't believe I didn't think of Melancholia. Watch Melancholia. That's another recommendation. And then for post-apocalyptic, I Am Legend and The Divide. So he just threw a bunch out there.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you guys like any of those or dislike any of those? Because I do not like I Am Legend.
I was just gonna say that the book is 1,000 times better too.
I like I Am Legend. I don't think it's the best thing ever, but I like it.
Yeah.
I disagree with different places they went with it, but
I mean, for me, it sucks.
It had the first marketing for Batman v Superman in it.
Yeah, that's true. Well, for me, as a lifelong fan of the book, it's just everyone keeps fucking up the simplicity of the book.
Exactly.
Every time.
And I wouldn't be surprised if in the next 5 years we actually did get a reboot of it that was more in the same light of the book. Because
someone should
agree with that. Yeah, I think we will.
I hope so. I want someone to do it right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
a lot of these that I got are what we've already talked about, like Snowpiercer, Children of Men. Let me see here. Oh, at Shauna, what WTF? 12 Monkeys in the Road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had some
12
people
Monkeys
that
was on my honorable.
I had some people said The Road too, like Christopher Mark. He said Terminator 1 and 2, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and The Road. He says the latter, referring to The Road, really shows how grim it would really be. And
Yeah.
I think that's true. The first time I actually saw The Road, I didn't like it. But then I went back to it, and I realized, what it was, and I really appreciate it for what it was.
At 6 Demon Bag, it had listed all that we've already talked about, and then threw in A Boy and His Dog as
Why is that
another
mine?
one. I haven't seen that, but I've seen that on a few lists, like when I was
DC
doing
Bowling.
research.
DC Bowling. That's a really cool name. DC Bowling. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, The Road Warrior, and I Am Legend. So a lot of people. A lot of people have that under their favorite post-apocalyptic movies. Well, like I said, I like it, but I just don't think it's like great.
The Road Warrior came up on almost on every list.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
good. People have their priorities straight.
Yeah.
Here's one that we haven't brought up. Patrick Campbell says it isn't a perfect film, but damn if I didn't love it. The Book of Eli, its post-apocalyptic setting was really cool, and I really like the Book of Eli too. I think it's a good movie.
Yeah,
I think it has flaws, but I think it's good. And Denzel Washington's I think really good in it. Gary Whitta wrote it, the guy who wrote the first draft of Rogue One. And yeah, I mean, I've gone back and watched it, and I think it's an enjoyable movie to just go back and watch, and knowing the ending, it makes it for an interesting rewatch. I would
definitely.
say. Do we have any more?
Oh yeah.
Not off Twitter
Yeah.
for me.
Okay. I'll run down a few really quick.
Okay.
Ryan McLean says, "Oh, how could I have forgotten about Dread? Dread is fucking awesome."
Yeah. How do we? Yeah.
Dread.
Yeah. And then David Shreve also said, "Wait, Take Shelter."
Okay.
Oh, and guilty pleasure, Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
I can't even go that far with it. I wish it was crazier.
I love Stallone, so I don't know.
I love Stallone too.
I had fun with it as a kid. I don't know, and so I have that like nostalgia feeling.
Makes sense.
Don't let nostalgia blind you. Dangerous.
I love Air Bud.
Okay.
Hey, the first two Air Bud movies are good. I don't care what.
Okay. Anyways, to more relevant things.
Not post-apocalyptic movies, I know.
Air Bud 5.
Oh, Air Bud versus the world, or what would it be called? Air Bud.
The Road Warrior.
I don't know. Oh yes, Air Bud Road Warrior. That's what the next Mad Max movie should be, but just Max isn't in it at all.
With the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. At Richard Newby says, "Escape from New York." Fuck yeah.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep. I had that on my.
Kurt Russell, our love for Kurt Russell. Yeah.
Truth be told, though, like this may make people think I'm weird.
No.
I know
they
that
already
New
think
York
that,
is
not
a
joking.
better movie, but I enjoy LA more.
I mean, you can enjoy what you
What?
want, but as long as you acknowledge that New York is a better movie.
New York is a better movie, but LA I enjoy more. I will watch LA before I watch New York
Whoa.
because like if I just want to be like entertained.
I get you. I just disagree.
Yeah.
Oh, at
same.
Marcelo J. Pico
Yeah.
from the Talk Film Society said, "The World's
Yeah.
End, Seeking a Friend for the End of the World, and
Ooh.
War of the Worlds." Either one.
Ooh, yeah, I had the War of the Worlds on my honorable mentions. Good movie. I like it. I know a lot of people have problems with it because it came out after 9/11 and all that stuff going on. But I don't know. I like the War of the Worlds. I think it's a good movie.
I really like it too.
Yeah.
Mm.
Then there's like a
Not
lot
for you,
more,
Danny?
but I don't want to keep reading all of them.
Yeah, I mean, how many more are there?
I still got a couple that I could mention.
Are there any that stick out to you, like that you want to talk about, or
Yes.
go for it?
Oblivion.
Ooh, that's a movie I like.
That movie looks spectacular. If even you gotta admit that, Diego.
Yeah, no, it looks amazing.
But
I
it steals from
so
so many
boring.
things.
Oh man.
It steals from so many things that like I did not like it the first time I saw it, but every time I watch it, it grows on me. I do like it.
I just thought of one.
Go ahead.
And you might say kind of doesn't count, and that's why we didn't think of it because because like how it ends and everything, but technically Edge of Tomorrow would be one.
No.
Kind
No.
of,
No.
kind of.
No, they win.
Ooh, spoiler. But yeah, they win. You can win.
Yeah, no way. No, because
kind of like it's an attempt at an
it's a
apocalypse.
war movie.
But it's an attempt at an apocalypse, kind of.
Different.
I guess I mean sure, but whatever. I had to get it in there just because it's awesome.
Oh, well, Edge of Tomorrow is fantastic, but yeah, no, it's not.
Oh well, all right, okay.
Reign of Fire.
Oh my God, I love that dumb movie.
It's so dumb, but like so entertaining, and it has a great
with
cast.
Matthew McConaughey's like got this weird thing.
I guess, yeah.
The game was cool. There's like raptors that shoot fire out of their mouth. Like it's a total fucking mess. It was great. Best.
One movie that I really, really enjoy, 9.
Oh
with
yeah, I
with
like
the
that.
puppets.
That's fine.
And then Doomsday.
Oh fuck, Doomsday is great. That's
Doomsday
great.
is a great ride. It's like
Yeah.
the perfect hybrid of Escape from New York and Mad Max.
Yeah, that
It's like
movie needs more respect from people.
Yes, like I feel like that doesn't get any respect at all, and it's a strong female lead. Like
Right.
it's the main character is a girl, and she's going in this basically a war zone, like into like New York, but like it's like Escape from New York type of situation why she's going in. But then it like when she's in there, it's exactly like Mad Max. Like it's just anarchy.
Yeah, that movie's crazy.
It is.
Yeah, I mean it's. I think I would call it good, but I wouldn't call it like great or anything. It's okay, I think.
You thought Matrix Revolutions is better than Alien 3? I think you've had
It's
your
been,
quota.
both of the Doomsday is better than all of those. But
Fun fact: there are 4 official tweets saying that Alien 3 is better.
It's
Whatever,
scientifically
whatever.
proven.
No, it's all subjective in this case.
Oh yeah, in this case, every other case is subjective.
No, every case is subjective. We all know that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
But
Alien 3 is better.
I mean, no, Doomsday. I like Doomsday, and I don't think it would have been as good of a movie with a different director.
Well, of course not. But I mean, think about Drive. Drive would have been just whatever B movie schlock.
I don't even want to think about what Drive would have been without Nicholas Winding Refn. That would have been weird.
You know, I mean
not weird, but
director is
I mean like
king.
that. Just yeah, well, definitely, it's the most essential part of a movie. Yeah. So any more Twitter ones you want to bring up, or do you want to start doing honorable mentions, or?
I mean, I think Twitter's count as honorable mentions because
Yeah, pretty much.
going over.
I guess I'll just bring up some that we didn't talk about. Wall-E.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
one.
At a tiny Amazon on Twitter mentioned Wall-E.
Okay.
Wall-E is
Sweet.
fantastic.
I like that
Very
person.
heartwarming. Interstellar, Pacific Rim.
I should have said Interstellar. I didn't really think of that as post-apocalyptic, kind of like in the same way Andy wasn't thinking of certain things as post-apocalyptic.
Yeah.
And as you know, Interstellar was my favorite movie of last year, so obviously it's one of my favorites. Yeah, Interstellar, hell yeah.
Still need to see it.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Another one for me would be This Is the End. I think is a great comedy.
Yes, definitely.
Great choice.
One of my favorite comedies over the decade, really.
I think it's their best little work that they've done. The group of people. I think that's their.
Yeah. Kind of like the I don't know. What would be better than that? Maybe Pineapple Express.
comedy magnum
Pineapple
opus.
Express might be better. Maybe.
Which one?
Pineapple Express, maybe.
No, I
No?
love Pineapple Express, but no, hell no.
It would be close for me. I don't know. I might still say This is the End. One of them, probably. Anyway, another thing I would mention the Hunger Games movies. I think each one of them gets better and better as they go on. Mockingjay Part 1 was my favorite. I know a lot of people, didn't like it because it was so different than the others. There was no actual Hunger Games in it. It was more of a character study of a movie. They really, really focus on the character of Katniss and everything she's gone through, and I really like that. And I know where the next movie is going to be going. It's going to be all intense action. It's going to be insane, and I hope it's the best of the franchise. So like I said, each movie has gotten better. And I think it would just be kind of silly not to mention those, just because I think that they are successful for a reason, and that's because they're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Do I have anything? Oh, another one that I wanted to mention. Diego's not going to agree with this, but it is X-Men: Days of Future Past. I think.
That counts.
No,
does.
it counts, but I just don't think you agree. I know you don't agree with it because I know you don't really like it.
Eh.
You don't like Bryan Singer as a
I really like it. That idea.
I think it's the best one. That and First Class. I don't know. I go back and forth, but they're pretty much tied for the best one for me.
I don't
Best
know.
X-Men
Class
movie.
is like creativity.
And I agree with you. Like, I mean,
So bland.
Matthew Vaughn is one of my favorite filmmakers. So, but yeah, I think X-Men: Days of Future Past, I think, was a really good movie. And while it was a great movie on its own, it also erased other X-Men movies that weren't so good. So it gets extra props for that.
We should talk about that sometime too, because I don't feel like that should help elevate a movie.
Well, I don't think it elevates it.
already
I think it's just like an extra props, kind of just. Well, I
It's
guess
very
extra
telling
props
to me
is
that people
elevation.
always go to that for the first defense of the movie.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. It should be judged, but
I'm like, well,
just
maybe
judging
it's
it.
not that great of a movie on its
Just
own.
judging
That's
it
the
on
thing.
itself, I would say it's a good movie, and I'm really excited to see the Rogue cut, which hits theaters in a couple of months.
It's going to the theater?
The 15-year anniversary of the first X-Men movie. It's going to the theaters.
Because people think that they care about the
dumb.
X-Men movies.
Well,
That's
I do.
dumb.
They think they're right. I do.
Oh.
That's
I
dumb.
like
I
that
thought it was
too.
just going. I thought it was just going to DVD and Blu-ray.
It's
I
doing
thought
that.
so too.
It's doing that too, but it's going to theaters.
I'm not
excited to see
that.
it.
Yeah, I don't care.
I wonder
I'm
if they're
not
gonna. I
paying
wonder if they're gonna do press screenings for that. Probably not.
No.
If
no
it goes to the
way.
theater, I'll be able to see that for free. But like, I'm just saying, I'm not gonna buy another whole Blu-ray for just because.
Right. Yeah, that's why I think I'm gonna see it in. Well, I don't know. I'll have to pay for it. I'll have to pay for it either way. I'm gonna see it in theaters anyway, just because it's the 15-year anniversary and you can go celebrate with other X-Men fans. And I'm excited to see. I think it's 25 minutes of extra footage. It's not just Rogue. It's not just Rogue. They have other things in it too. So,
Okay.
yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see it.
Sounds good.
Yeah. You guys have any other ones you want to bring up?
I think we pretty much got all of them.
Yeah,
good.
we said pretty much every post-apocalyptic movie of all time. That's worth anything.
Yeah. Every single one of them.
If we missed something, tweet at one of us and tell us, hey, you missed this. I really like this, and tell us why.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, it was a fun episode. I like talking about post-apocalyptic movies, and it gets me even more excited for Mad Max Fury Road.
Hopefully I'm seeing it tomorrow. Maybe not. I don't know.
Right.
Fingers crossed. I know.
Oh, what a lovely day!
You got to stop with the impersonations, man. I'm sorry.
That was a good one. That was a good Nicholas Hoult.
No. I'm sorry. I hate to break your heart, but no.
Ah. Oh well.
I forgive you.
Oh well. It's okay.
It's okay.
Anyway, so I think that's about it for this episode. One thing I want to bring up, if you like listening to podcasts, please, subscribe. That would be great. Rate us, review us. I hope when you rate us, you give us 5 stars. That would be really, really good. But if not, just give us whatever you really think. And comment, say what you like about the podcast. Say what you want us to talk about. We'll listen. We'll do whatever you want us to. As long as it's movie related. But yeah,
as long as it doesn't involve saying, "Oh, I love when Mike does those impressions."
I can't talk about it. I'll lose my life. But yeah, so yeah, and share it with your friends. If you have friends that love movies as much as you do, make sure you share it, and that would be great. So yeah, that's about it for this episode. Diego, you want to tell everyone where they can find you?
Yeah, you can get me at audienceseverywhere.net, at the Waffle Press. Subscribe to that YouTube channel. Check me out on Twitter at Dago Waffles, and yeah, all those little places. Find me, talk to me.
Woo. All right, Andy.
You can read my reviews at themoviewaffler.com, and then on Twitter you can find me at the Talking Can. And in a couple weeks, I'm going to be in a segment for the Talk Film Society talking about working at a movie theater and stuff, so look out for that as well.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay. So you guys can follow me on Twitter at Mike the Film Guy, and you can find all of my movie news at schmoesno.com and MikeTheFilmGuy.com, and you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Mike the Film Guy. And and I also wanted to bring up Diego and I are starting another podcast called SpideyCast. And it's just going to be an all Spider-Man podcast. That's it. Just Spider-Man stuff. I mean, I thought about it, and I was like, oh, it's the perfect time to start a Spider-Man podcast. I don't know anyone who's just doing a podcast talking about only Spider-Man. It's the perfect time because Spider-Man is about to come into the MCU, and we don't know who's playing him yet. We don't know who's directing the movie. And there's going to be so many different things going on with Spider-Man from here on out. So things are about to get really exciting. And you can follow the Twitter for the podcast just at SpideyCast. And I believe the first episode is going to be up tomorrow. So make sure to subscribe to that as well.
Yes, definitely. And as always, everyone, check them out on the YouTube channel, the playlist, whatever. They'll do one for SpideyCast too, but also subscribe to the iTunes version also because that helps.
Yes.
And share it with people, talk to us, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
We're nice people.
Engage.
Right. And we'll be sending people from, obviously, people who jump on the SpideyCast, we'll be sending them over to the Movie Hero Show, and it'd be awesome if all of our Movie Hero Show listeners come on over to SpideyCast. So, yeah, that about does it for this episode of the Movie Hero Show. See you later, guys.